Hello everybody, and welcome back to the shop for 10 more action-packed minutes of bomber building action. Oh yeah, I know what y'all thinking. What happened? I thought you was gonna fill it with oil. Well, when I went to fill her up with oil, I did the lines first. That all went great. The first air cylinder I went to fill up was one of these big ones on the main, and somehow this little stopper was halfway off of there and inside there. You know, it didn't feel right when I was opening and closing that landing gear, and so evidently that's been like that for a while. But when Dad first brought them back and said they're done, we put air pressure in them. Shoot, it didn't leak a bit all night long. And it leaked like this. But it's coming out as fast as it was poured in there. And so that's just alcohol in there, getting these ends cleaned up. But I think it was just a little dry inside them cylinders, because they weren't good at one time. So I'm assuming that's what the deal was. So now, all I gotta do is put this back together. Okay. And this is what seals it. Seals these ends up. We're going to put a little drop of roll there, put a little on that side of the shaft. And you got to put this in like this and then stand her up. Slide her on. Let that goop stuff just goop out everywhere. Okay. Oh crud, I went too far. Went too far. Okay. Try this again. I'm just going to re-goop this so I can smear it off level. Then I'm going to go ahead and check that other cylinder too. Okay. And just to be on the safe side, because I didn't have no more of them O-rings last night. So I went over to Dad's this morning. We looked around in his shop, no more. So we had to go find the store where we bought them. There's a store in Wichita. That's all they sell is O-rings, man. That is it. And seals. And Dad couldn't remember exactly where it was. But, oh man, how can the store stay in business just selling O-rings? I guess they do. That is all they sell. Alright. Bam. In there a little deeper. Let's pour a couple drops of juice down in there. Put this bad boy back together. Like so. But I'm going to go ahead and take that other one apart, people. Just to make sure that O-ring is in good shape. I got a couple new ones. I might just go ahead and replace it and make sure she's lubed up real good. And then, while I was out this morning, I went by the hobby store. My new motor came in for the foamy B-1. And I don't know what happened to that thing. I got one flight on it. And then it started going burr, 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 burr. Started cutting out real bad. And then the set screws wouldn't stay tight for the prop when I was doing that. So, but they swapped me out. He's a pretty good old boy down there. It's only got one flight on it. Didn't even crash it. It was a pretty good flight. Sorry about that, people. I thought I got more on there than I did. But that's just a little proof that thing flew. I was watching it. I said, man, I can't believe that more of it ain't on there. So I didn't watch it before I downloaded it. Just looked like me out there spinning around. There was a couple of spots I seen it fly by. But that's just proof. It did fly. It flew pretty good, actually. I was quite shocked. I even did a couple loops with it, and then today it's storming out, raining again. So I won't get to go play with the baby B-1 today, but I'll get it all ready. How's that? Bam! One air cylinder rebuilt. Boys are nice and tight. We'll have to let that goop stuff dry. Oh, let's just let it dry overnight. Oh yeah, that sounds a lot better. Hear that? That sounds good. That's what we want right there. You know what I mean? So sit down, put your feet up, and have a cup of joe with me. Beal. Okay. Now, another thing I was checking. You know, I got these. I don't know, it's been a while since you guys have seen these. Remember these? These big old massive servos I got to work them wings. Remember them big old things? People have been asking me about these. What am I going to use to work the wings? I got these big old massive linear servos. These things got 150 pounds of torque. Okay? Not ounces, pounds. Them was some massive dudes, man. On 12 volts. They're going to move. But curiosity was getting the best of me. And you see where we had to put them air cylinders? Okay? Because we was having trouble getting the throw right. On the real B-1, they got the air cylinders right there. It's pretty much that same setup, but they got the air cylinders right there, but they're so short that Dad just couldn't get them to work right. So we had to put them in there, and I have not yet fit these big old linear servos. I kind of was thinking they might fit, but I never did really check. And here they go. Bam! Oh yeah, that was just perfect. Just perfect. Man, you see that butch? Right there beside that, because the cylinder's right there. So they will work. So, afraid that's going to be it for today, people. So stay tuned for tomorrow, and I'm gonna get that other air cylinder rebuilt. Tune in tomorrow for some more Bob TV.